Let's start with a question that might make you pause. Are you protecting your peace or avoiding necessary conversation? Because these days we hear it a lot. I am protecting my peace. I don't want stress. And yes, peace is important. But what if what you are calling peace is actually silence that is creating distance? Are you protecting your peace or avoiding necessary conversations? Welcome back to Chronicles podcast, where we don't just look at what is said in relationships, but what is withheld, avoided, and misunderstood. Today we are unpacking a very thin line, the difference between stonewalling in relationships and healthy boundaries versus avoidance. Because not all silence is the same, and not all quiet is healthy. Let this ground you first. There is difference between withdrawal and boundaries. Taking space to regulate your emotions and shutting down to avoid the conversations entirely. One is healthy, the other creates distance. But the challenge is this: from the outside, they can look exactly the same. Both may involve silence, both may involve stepping away, but the intention and the impact are completely different. Understanding the differences is key to improving communication in relationships and preventing long-term communication breakdown. Stonewalling in relationship is not just silence. It is intentional withdrawal. It looks like ignoring your partner during or after a conflict, refusing to respond or engage, walking away without explanation, avoiding conversations repeatedly. You shut down, you disconnect, you block access, and to the other person it feels like rejection, punishment, emotional abandonment. This is what many people experience as the silent treatment. Not space, but distance with no clarity. And over time, it creates confusion and emotional insecurity. Now, let's balance it. Not all silence is unhealthy. Sometimes you genuinely need space. You may say, I need a moment to calm down. I don't want to say something I will regret. That is self-protection. It is temporary, communicated, intentional for regulation, not avoidance. But emotional punishment, that looks like withholding communication deliberately, staying silent to prove a point, ignoring your partner to make them feel it. And here is the key difference. Self-protection creates space for resolution. Stonewalling creates distance without resolution. One says, I'll come back to this. The other say, I am done engaging. This is why understanding healthy boundaries versus avoidance is so important. Let's talk about the psychological impact on the receiving partner. Because silence does not just affect the person who is quiet, it deeply affects the one on the receiving end. When someone experiences repeated stonewalling, they may begin to feel anxious. What did I do wrong? Rejected. Why don't they talk to me? Unimportant. My feelings don't matter. Emotionally unsolved. Over time, they may over-explain themselves, walk on eggshells, or even shut down too. And this is how emotional disconnection becomes mutual, because when one person withdraws, the other either chases or also retreats. Either way, connection is lost. And here is the long time effect. When silence is not addressed, it does not disappear. It builds. Every avoided conversation becomes another layer of misunderstanding, another missed opportunity for clarity, another step towards communication breakdown. Because communication is not just about talking, it is about resolving, understanding, and reconnecting. And when silence replaces that process, issues remain unresolved, emotions remain unexpressed, distance continues to grow until one day the problem is no longer the issue itself. It is the pattern of silence. And this is what I want you to take. Not all silence is safe. Some silence is avoidance disguised. So pause and ask yourself honestly, when I go quiet, what am I really doing? Am I taking space to return better, or avoiding what needs to be addressed? Because your silence is not just affecting you, it is shaping your relationships. In the next episode, unspoken resentment, the words that never come out, we'll explore how the things you don't say don't disappear. They build, they settle, and they slowly change how you feel about your partner. If this resonated with you, don't ignore it. Reflect, share, start becoming more aware, because sometimes what feels like peace may actually be distance in disguise. Thank you. Yours, Disa Therapist.